During all the COVID shutdowns and measures that were put in place, the one thing that seems to have succeeded is the CaféTO program, giving small businesses the opportunity to set up patios on the sidewalks and along the curb lanes. Well, that program is continuing this coming summer, only with some changes that's going to affect the bottom line.
2 summers ago, it was massively helpful in terms of getting us back on our feet after sort of the unprecedented challenges that came with all that.
Adrian Ravinsky is inside the 416 snack bar now, but on a hot summer day, he'd be right outside, helping set up his CaféTO patio for up to 40 customers. Now that the program will be back this year, the city has given him and every other bar or restaurant owner a few more things to consider: added costs and fees.
What is interesting is that there's a one-time permit application fee of $865. That was a bit of a surprise to everybody. So that means it's an additional cost, potentially an additional barrier to entry, because every extra dollar means they have to generate so much more in sales just to break even.
The one-time application fee is in addition to the permit fees that did exist for patios before the pandemic. On average, $1,500 to $3,000 annually.
Really trying to balance, our practices and understanding that we want the restaurants to thrive and we want them to be successful. And we think that the cafes, when invested in, do a really great job of helping to add that. And so we've tried to be quite moderate with the fees.
Last summer, concerns over bars and restaurants not using the patio space that had been set aside prompted the city to remove approximately 100 that had been given permits. Another concern raised as life gradually returned back to normal is traffic congestion as a result of the tables and chairs occupying curb lanes.
We haven't put any restrictions at this time in terms of locations of cafes and where they would line up in the right-of-way.
Owners of the 416 snack bar say they will be back again despite the impact on the bottom line, if only because they invested in everything for the patio already.
It's going to cost, I did some quick math, and I think it's going to cost us around $5,500 to be open for the licensing, and it's, that's not nothing, especially, in the restaurant business, the margins are so slim, what with, the cost of goods rising.
Now, there are 2 grants that will be available for the local business improvement areas. One is to help with eligible patio space improvements. The other is to help with those planters we often saw and the overall streetscape design. Mark McAllister, City News.